Good morning, guys. This is Trinity Faye here. Okay, I'm making this video today to show you some beginner decks. So I have some crystals here. This is just to set the mood, and also when I work with tarot, I always have my crystals around. Always. These are some beginner decks that you will really enjoy if you're learning tarot. This one is called the Greer Terra. The back looks like this. This is a perfect deck if you're just beginning tarot. I'm sure many of you out there have seen this deck. If you get a chance, I highly recommend picking it up. It's beautifully laid out. It's very easy to understand. This is called the Classical Tarot by Barbara Moore. Some of these tarot bags I made myself and some I bought. I've showed this deck before. I know I have. Classical Tarot. These are Rider-Waite clones, most of these. So, I think that is such a beautiful card. This is a fan-freaking-tastic deck to start out with. Okay? This deck I kept looking at, and it didn't really strike my fancy for the longest time. You know it, you love it, the Crystal Visions. A lot of people don't know that this deck was actually named after Stevie Nicks' song, Crystal Visions. This is such a beautiful deck. This caught my eye. I kept seeing tarot enthusiasts with it, and I was like, I don't know, it's kind of like cartoony, and it's got a lot of the same colors in a lot of the cards, but it really is a beautiful deck. There's no way to not love it. I mean, Jennifer Glasso did a spectacular job. It's got a lot of fairies in it and whatnot. You know I'm not going to be able to do this video about beginner decks without using the Rider-Waite. This is the Radiant. Now, the reason I recommend the Radiant Rider-Waite for beginners is because if you pick up the Universal Rider-Waite, you may not be too into it because it's kind of pastel-y and bland, and when you look at it, your intuition may not work so well because it's so light colored. But when you grab yourself a Rider-Waite deck, everything changes, baby. Trust me. Oops, sorry about that. Just showing you a few of the beautiful cards because the images and the colors really pop with this deck. Excuse me. This deck I really, really enjoy. It's one of my faves. You know it, you love it. The Everyday Witch. I love the borderless look to this deck. I love the witches. And if you notice, there's men and women in this deck. Okay, this is beautiful. Some of it's a little modernized. Most of your pictures are going to have witches in them. I know a lot of people have this deck already. It's been out for some time. But I love how they have male witches as well. See, this would be a more modernized picture, which I wasn't that crazy about. But I love this deck. I love it just the same. Look at the Fool. She's a new witch. Look at that. Justice. I mean, anyway, another great beginner deck. Now, one I just picked up not long ago that I did not think was going to be my taste, even though I'm very into the fairy tale theme, extremely, was the Alice in Wonderland deck. I want you to see the back of this because it's so cute. I love the movie as a child. And I didn't think I was really going to like it. But when I picked this up, if I didn't already know tarot, I would have really, really enjoyed this, learning with this deck. The imagery is just, I don't know if you can see that, outstanding. If you're into fairy tales and cartoon-based decks, they're the ones you kind of want to stick with as a beginner because you're really going to get more information out of them. Because they're put together almost like a children's book. If you really want to look at pictures to stimulate your intuition, this is the way to go. Go back to childhood. Go back to learning that way. Go back to looking at pictures and trying to figure out what the pictures are saying to you, how they speak to you, what the colors say to you. Let your intuition go. Free it. Because ultimately, love that card. Ultimately, we do have to work with our intuition. We have to have a great knowledge of the cards while letting our intuition free. Let it speak. This is a nice judgment card. Whoops. I'm not going to show you all of them because it's not a deck review. I just wanted you to see this deck because this I highly recommend for a beginner. So that's it for the decks on beginners. I just wanted to give you a little insight on what would be the best ones for you to pick up. I have a lot of decks, but these are the easiest for somebody who's just starting out to read with. You'll really pick it up. You'll really like it a lot. As I said in other videos, you want to get The Ultimate Guide to Tarot by Liz Dean. There are other wonderful books out there that will help you learn. But these are decks that, when I picked them up, I thought, wow, this would be fantastic for a beginner. So have fun with it. Look at some of these decks online, see if it's something that you fancy, and try it out. Okay? And have a blessed day. I love you all. Bye-bye.